Why, hello, my dearest sinners, and welcome back. Today is not going to be a normal kind of stream. I'll be completely honest with you. It's not going to be a normal stream at all. No. You see, we got well, it's a bit of a special one today. Because as of, well, it'll be 7:30 to be the exact moment, but I wanted to start us a little earlier as it was a Sunday. Hey, thank you, buddy, thank you. Yes, it is indeed 1 year of whatever the fuck this is. 1 year of me actively doing stuff on Twitch and just in general, really. It's been a year. Some of I may retread a few bits that I went over in my video that I posted at the same time. For anyone who's watched that first before coming here, so I do apologise there. But it's been a hell of a year, hasn't it? For some of you, you encountered me towards the end of the first year. Perhaps some of you were here from the start. But I'm pretty sure a lot of you were probably here from midway through 2024. And that's fine. That's when I actually got pleasure of finding all of you lot. And a few dotted around in between that I encountered as I went along. And now we get to this wonderful point where I have to sit here and think, oh god, that was 1 year. What now? And I certainly have ideas, don't get me wrong, but I suppose I need to really think about it. So, to that end, I wanted to share what my goals were for this year, for this prior year, because, well, we had, like I say, it was, where is it, text, there we go, that's source. I can't type for shit. Add my source. Lamb source. So, 1 second, for we will place there we go. So hopefully you can see it right there, above me. That was the goal. So, step 1, build a community. I think we've somewhat done that. We've certainly laid the foundations of one, haven't we? So I feel like that we can say we've made a good start on that. Become a VTuber. Well, done. And 50 followers on Twitch. That, I feel like we did all those things. I think. I could be wrong here, but I think we did those. You know? So, I guess now is what comes next, really. What do we do from here on? You know, I've greatly surpassed my follower goal, which is amazing and fantastic, frankly. Because I'll be honest, I didn't have huge aspirations. I thought, oh, we'll make it 50 in a year, and I'll try and become a VTuber. And build a community. Well, you know, I have a few of you lovely lot who's a regular. I have, of course, a model. And obviously we've got more than double what I hope to get by the end of the year, so I guess now the question is, what do we do this coming year, right? What do we do? And I've got a few ideas already, but please feel free to throw your suggestions at me. or if you think them later. Let's see if I edit that. So, on new goals then. For 2025. Now, I think one thing we can definitely do, I feel personally, is doable. I think we can get to 200 followers. I think that's perfectly doable. Personally, I think that's by this time next year, I think that's doable. I'm sure you'll agree. I think we can make that. Already become a VTuber, so I guess where's to go from there? Why are we screaming? Let's go. Is it because of my spelling? Is it the spelling? It's the spelling, isn't it? Hold on, I can't spell check in this. I'll fix it, don't worry. We shall indeed, we shall induct them all. We shall grab them all, bring them on in. So, 200 followers, that seems pretty doable. What else do we want to do this year? What else seems like a fun one? I'm trying to think of some good, honest-to-God goals here, right? And that's partly why I want to do the stream, is to come up with some of those. I can expand the law videos, right? I think that's doable as well. I think if I can be semi-consistent, and part of that is I'm going to write stuff down more. I tend to keep a lot of ideas in my mind, and that's great, except, well, it's in my mind. No good there, is it? We need to get that from my mind onto paper, so I can actually, you know, have it retained. Or in this case, into a Word document, so I can eventually convert it to a PDF for you guys. Yeah, I mean, you know, paper figuratively speaking, obviously, but you get what I mean, right? So, that's a big one. I guess where from there? What other things are perfectly doable in this coming year? I've got a year to do all these things, bear in mind, so these don't have to be short-term goals at all. So, in fact, let me go to this bit so we have a bit more room. So that's what we got so far. What else do we feel is pretty doable, Sinners? I suppose giving more worth for subs, I guess, would be good, wouldn't it? Because at the minute, other than not having adverts, there's not a lot of benefits for you guys, is there? At the end of the day, there's not a lot of stuff that I can currently give you guys for being so kind to sub. So, I need to expand more on that, so... yeah, definitely expanding more offerings for you guys, because it just makes it more worth it then. Because, you know, most people, they have emotes that are interesting. They have, you know, various rewards for being in their community, being, you know, someone who donates and stuff. So currently, I'm not doing any of that. So I'm going to start making sure I have those things available, so it feels worth it for you guys. I guess this year is going to be more me refining, I guess. Last year was the foundation work. Now I've just got to refine it. So I guess another goal for this coming year, I suppose, would be better project management. Because I'm not very good at that. I'm definitely not very good at that at all. So I think that's something we can improve. And by we, I mean me. I can improve on doing that. Actually, we, I mean me in that instance. Definitely something I want to get better at. What else might be good as well? Let me think long and hard here. So, is there anything you guys might want, possibly? I suppose that's one thing to ask as well. Is there anything you guys might really want? You know? Is there anything that yourselves might think, oh, I'd really like it if we had this, or if this is, you know, something you could do over the next year? It can be a long-term thing. It doesn't have to be a quick thing. If you don't have any ideas, don't worry. That's fine. That's fine. I'm just getting a bit of a feel for if there's anything you guys might particularly want, you know? I know one thing I'd like to do, actually, now that I think about it. I'd like to run a live TTRPG session, definitely. That's something I would like to do. Definitely something I want to do, because, you know, you know me, I like tabletop RPGs. I think they're really cool. I think they offer a lot that other experiences, even video games, to an extent, can't give you. So, I guess that is something I would like to do, and that can be with other creators, that can be with you guys, by the way. Don't think that's exclusive to the creators. If you guys really want to, I can sort out a one-shot or a small campaign, and we can do this shit live. I'm more than happy to do that. If that's something you'd be interested in. That is not something I'm against at all. TV subs can piss at me. I mean, I could make it something that, I mean, if you felt like that might be a good idea, I could definitely make it a thing that, I probably, to be fair, if I did anything like that, I probably would make it a priority to ask people who have subbed initially if they were interested. So I give them priority slots because they've wanted to, you know, financially support me. So at least I can just go, hey, I'm going to do a thing with the community. There's only so many slots. Would you lot be interested first? You know, and then if they say no, thank you, then open the floor up to everybody. And of course, my dear mod, you're of course on that list of people, on the short list of people, of course. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. You shall certainly be on that short list as well. But that's definitely something I'd do. If you guys would like. I think we've got a nice couple of things on there, haven't we? There's a nice selection of things, I think. Though, by all means, if you guys think, hey, what about this or this, just let me know. I'm going to just copy those into my little notepad I have for myself. Let's So, my start date for this set of goals is the 15th of September 2024. Now, if you're wondering where I got the idea to do something like this, I remember watching Ludwig's video about before you start streaming, do this. And he was like, you know, here's a few things you consider, da-da. And there's a bit in the video where he said, make a bunch of goals. And he said afterwards, if you didn't make any goals, this might not be for you. And that video gave me a lot of ideas. It gave me those initial 3, right? And they felt like doable goals at the time I was starting out. They felt like doable goals that I could approach. And, well, here we are. At a year on in, and I've done most of them, I want to say. Well, all of them, really, or better. So, at this point, I want to get better. I want to improve. Not just for myself, but for you guys. So, 200 followers, as I said before, I think that's pretty doable. We're already at 122 now, so I don't think it's too unrealistic to think, yeah, by this time next year I could be at 200. I think that's perfectly doable. Lore videos, that's something we can definitely get better at, do more of. I'm hoping my taking better notes and doing that kind of thing will help with that. That's my hope anyway. Then, obviously expanding offerings for subs. So, making sure that for anyone who does choose to sub, there's a bit more on the table. Because at the end of the day, as I said before, I don't want to, like, give nothing. I want to make sure there's something there, something substantial. You sunk her all kid. Now hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Whoa. No. Let's not get hasty. Let's not get hasty now. But that is a reserved privilege. Although, if you go off my Twitter activities, there's a fair few people who have that reserved privilege, I guess. But you never know. Maybe if you're different. I'm kidding. No. That's very parasocial. But yeah. Some more things. I've already got some of that in the works. But animated emotes. I have an emote that's available as well. A bit of a side-eye. Made by the same person who did my alerts, actually, as a little apology for how long the alerts were taking, which is very kind of them for doing so. So, that's something as well. I've already got an emote, but we get some animated ones too. So, that's going to be a whole thing. So, I'm going somewhere towards that. I'm going to have a little nosy as well at what other ideas I could do. Again, just to flesh out the offerings. For example, sub-only chat, maybe, in the Discord. Again, just to have more on offer. Because, yes, the button's there, but why should you press it? That's a fair point. What are you getting out of it? You know? So, at least I can do is offer more. Which will require some effort on my part. That's fine. That's absolutely fine at this point. Project management. Yeah, I've got to get better at that. I've got to get better at managing my projects. And that could be anything from, like, you know, doing a particular series, doing, like, I mean, yeah, don't you fucking start me. You're right, but yeah, that's definitely something I need to do. Get better at that. It's better self-management in general, really. Making sure that I'm constantly doing stuff like, you know, doing the clips, doing, you know, maybe even trying to do, like, you know, do highlights and stuff, doing... That project management was pretty broad. I guess general just refinement, really. This is the year of refining. This is the year of him, you know, taking what I'm already doing and going, right, we need to improve and need to figure shit out, basically. I've already spent the first year floundering. And the TTRPG session, I'm of two minds. That one, I would like to do that one, because that seems fun. But I'm not going to beat myself up too bad if we can't get it arranged, because that requires some arranging. But I would like to do it, even if it's a one-off. I would like to be able to say, yeah, we did that. That was fun. Maybe we do that every so often, you know? That's something I'd like to do, I think. I might also, as well, take a better look at what I'm doing. You know, try and actually make something moderately professional looking out of all this. But, hey. Improvement is the aim of the game, and, you know, I want to take this in a positive way. Like, objectively, I've done the things I wanted to do for this year. Just gone. So, I guess now slightly challenge myself, but keep it within realistic bounds, things I can control. The only one of those I can't control is the followers, but I think if I do the others, improve my quality, that will hopefully come along with, because I've, you know, gotten better. So, and like I say, we're nearly halfway there anyway. Well, you know, nearly like a quarter of the way there. You know? So, it is but a matter of time in some respects, but also, we're doing the other stuff, that'll come along. So, that's our wants. A few things that are more be nice to have but aren't required that I'm thinking about as well. An outfit for the model. That's something on my own agenda. A little sub mascot, or, you know, channel mascot, rather. Those are two things that be nice to have. Not required, but be nice to have. After that, I guess also, I suppose a minor one, but again, this could probably fall under project management, is doing a bit more stuff with my other socials, you know. Be it craft, maybe I actually sit down and make a proper short. Hell, maybe I even make a shorts channel, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but maybe that's the thing I need to do. And just make me some shorts. And also, I guess, post them to TikTok as well, you know. Take advantage of that. I definitely want to try and be more proactive with my clipping and what stuff I'm clipping. Also a possibility, but then again requires planning. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I've gotta work that shit out. I think as well I need to have another look at how I'm posting to the social medias, you know. Your boy's gonna get some memes out there. Got to get the DNA of the soul out there, okay? That's pretty big. But he's almost, I guess I need to sort of, a lot of people sort of just wing it, but I think I need to less wing, more plan. Because winging it's got me so far, but I think, as you say, planning be helpful. I also want to, I guess, again, another one that's not a required, but a nice to have one. I want to see if I can't get myself used to streaming longer, potentially. I mean, 3 to 5 hours is sort of the realm you want to be at, but maybe I want to start, because with Twitch especially, you're only as discoverable when you're live. And I think what I need to just do is, and again, some of this is planning, I just need to, remind myself, take a break here, get yourself a snack or something to eat if it's that time of day. Probably more something to eat rather than snacking. I'm trying to avoid snacking if I can. And then, make sure I have something to drink, make sure I have different things I'm going to do. Like with this stream, like at this point in the stream, we're in the yappy part of the stream where I'm talking about what I'm going to do. But I might do a few other things in the stream as well. I kind of... Some of this probably could have been in the video, but I wanted just to spout it live because I feel that's the way it works for me best. Because I feel more comfortable doing things in a live environment than the video. That's for definite. I know my shortcomings. I can do stuff live easier because I know I haven't got to go back and go, right, let's edit this, let's do this, let's do that, let's do the other thing. And then it's a bit of a mess. Which, again, something we can improve on. By we, again, I mean myself, can improve on that. Maybe every now and then I, hire the services of someone who knows what they're doing. Partly so I can get a nicely edited video, but also so I can see what they're doing, to learn from them a bit, see how they've taken my vids. It's a thing. I'm certainly not going to turn around and say, oh, I'm going to try and do max level editing. God, no. It takes him 6 months, and he knows what he's doing. Well, he probably would say he has no idea what he's doing, but I would argue he knows what he's doing. In comparison to me, who does not have a clue what I'm doing. So it would take me a lot longer than 6 months. So that's definitely a thing. But I do need to get better at editing. Just little things. But obviously, I guess with the editing, it depends on what I want to do with it. Because I don't really make shit post videos. I don't really make like videos that need heavy editing. Normally just a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of trimming, adding some music in the background, that kind of thing. So it's less of a thing, really. Excuse me. Just let me sip my drink. There's the thing. I need to make like a little like animation for. You can do it in Vtuber Studio. We have like an idle animation, so I'm not just at the screen when I look at the screen. That is something I need to do. But again, not a requirement, but a nice thing to have. I haven't written all these things down because they're nice things to have, but I don't think for my goals they are the priority. Maybe they should be, and if you think they should be, let me know. But I think, again, I think the ones I've got there on screen are doable, and I think will help overall. Exactly. Yeah, I think that there are 4 things. One that's a bit out of my control, but in a way is in my control. And then 4 things that I can directly control without any outside intervention. I can directly control those. Those are all things that I can take to hand. And hopefully doing those 4 will help the first. That, I think, makes sense. And you know what? If I don't achieve some of them, then I've got to ask myself why. You know? And then just go from there. Like, if I didn't achieve it, why didn't I achieve it? In some cases, it's going to be out of my control. But in most of these ones, I can control it, so it's a matter of me just doing it. I think, anyway. And there's a lot of things I've done that I hadn't even made goals for. Like, I didn't initially intend to rebrand, but I did. I say rebrand. The name hasn't changed, but the entire aesthetic, everything else has changed. So I consider that a rebrand. It's just, it looks nothing like how it used to. So it's a very different vibe. Excuse me. Oh. Yawning over the place. I was checking other things I didn't exactly expect to do. Well, I guess make affiliate. That was nothing I didn't expect this year. Didn't expect that at all. Sure, the 50 followers was to get progress there, but I thought, I won't do it in the first year. No. So, again, that's... So there are things that are probably going to be done, hopefully, that exceed what I originally planned. But I think what I've got there are all things that are well within my powers to do. And, you know, important things to focus on. I realize I'm going around in circles, I apologise. I didn't plan for this. Speaking of planning, I perhaps didn't have a lot planned for the stream as far as this bit. Because there wasn't too much to say. You know, and I suppose one thing I've realised this week in particular, as much as I want to maybe stream for a little longer, I also probably want to give myself breaks. So, obviously this coming week could be the normal schedule, and I'll see how I go with that. But I definitely think I almost burnt myself out a bit this week. So I'm probably not going to stream quite that often for a bit. Because I was streaming every day for, well, almost, well, wait, other than Monday, I streamed every day from Thursday last week to now. And that was every day, bar Monday. That was probably a bit much. And those people can do it every single day. They're built diff, I think. But also I think as well, I don't want to burn you guys out. Because, look, I know what kind of person I am. I'm not an easy person to be around sometimes. I'm pretty sure I burn people out being around me. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. And I think, you know, I don't want to, like, ask of people, hey, can you turn up every day? Like, no. So instead, I think keeping to the normal, thing, those few days, I maybe could have, maybe should have, take a day or two off this coming week, and guess who forgot to turn their phone's notifications? Fuck. Very intellectual of me. Well than me. Let me quickly sort that out, because apparently I am a goober. Done. Right. I know. Terrible of me. Terrible. That's just the calls. Just fucking turn your damn phone. Nah. It's fine. To be fair, if it beeps while Do Not Disturb, I at least know it's like a small group, like 2 people. You know, it's not important, or at least, you know, it's family, so at least you know it's not just random spam or someone atting me on Twitter. Yeah, I need to plan out how I wanna host shit on places like that anyway. The Blue Sky one's been growing a bit more than I expected. that's a very new platform, which is slowly getting better. I would like it if I could time my posts on that, because currently you can't schedule a post on Blue Sky. You kind of just have to post. I wish you could time it better. It'd make it a lot easier to send stuff there. There's an add-in which lets you add people from Twitter to Blue Sky if they've got the same accounts, but it's like, yeah, it's a funny little add-in. I mean, how are we on Blue Sky? 51 followers versus 36 following. It's not bad. It's not bad for a much smaller platform than Twitter. How is Twitter looking, actually? How are we looking? 417 free followers. Nice. Nice. It's growing nicely there. Although, I know a few of them are... I'm pretty sure there's a number of them that might be the GFX types, but... eh. It is what it is. There's a couple of them in the Discord as well, I'm quite aware of, I think. Well, Discord's at least flagged them as being a bit sus, but... yeah. There's a thing on the Discord as well, actually. I should probably... What do I want to do with that, I wonder? I definitely might add some more roles in. I at least have a bot that can be done with that now, if I want to fight the damn thing again. Oh, yeah, I remember dealing with that the first time. It's fine. I'll set up a bot spam channel at some point and just fight the damn thing for a while, so no one has to watch me do that. I did obviously have a section for Final Fantasy. Do we still want that? As, in one sense, I want to keep it there, but part of me wonders whether that's, you know, something that's sort of working out nicely. Like, I like it being there, but the part of me wonders, is it just a needless bit of the server? I don't know. Like, it isn't harming anyone to keep it there, I suppose. I guess there's a part of me just wonders whether it's like it has a use anymore. It doesn't feel like it really ends up being of much use, sadly. Which is fine, it's not the end of the world. To be fair, I don't think the overall community is big on Final Fantasy as much. I think my general vibe has been you guys are much more preferable to Total War, to Vermintide, and Space Marine. Those are the three I noticed that are generally the most preferred. Which is why I'm going to keep like interspersing some Space Marine 2. Maybe I'll start going back to Vermintide 2 a little bit. That could be nice. That's the best way to put. That's true. That is true. I mean, yeah, I probably see too Warhammer to pull that guys in. Yeah, that is totally fair. No, that is perfectly reasonable, I would say. Yeah, that's not a wrong point, honestly. I probably, if I wanted to go down that route, I'd need to sort of focus in on it a bit more, and I guess also, as you say, produce content for that, which, you know, stuff that's, you know, be useful to them, but also entertaining. Whether I'd be doing guides, I don't know, but a part of me would like to have another crack at Necromancer again, and that could be a fun little journey. So that's always an angle. Though I didn't have a very great time on some of the spaces for 14. Well, at least on the Reddit anyway. But again, maybe that would just been one guide there, perhaps, so we'll see. You know what? That might be a thing, actually. That might be a thing to put on the old list of things. No, I said producing content rather than... Ah, yeah. Experience. Yeah, no, that makes sense. YouTube short form. That... Yeah, no, that does make sense, actually. Just think of one while I was looking here. Finding a proper niche. That's probably another one that I need to do. Like, I don't think I've really done that yet. That is one thing that I've not really avidly done enough. Was a niche in a niche market. No, yes. That's a fair point. It's a weird one, right? I'm already kind of niche in what I am as a streamer and a VTuber. Like, you know, I know there's a few of us now, but you know, I'm a fella in FM VTuber body, you know. So I'm already a bit of a niche, a bit on the edge, a bit avant-garde, if you will, you know. But I suppose I tend to float around different kinds of content. And like, I guess what I mean is like what I stream, what I do is very varied. I do a lot of different things, right? Like I play Total War, but then I'll play Space Marine 2, then I'll, you know, I mean, just chatting works for anyone, I think. I think anyone can do just chatting. So I don't count the sermons as, like, going against a niche. Yeah, exactly. And as much as I think the variety helps me... It helps me kind of figure out what I want to do. I think I should start looking at narrowing down what it is I specifically let me grab this and add a little bit to it. Oop. Yeah, like I think something I specifically want to do that would be of entertainment quality. It's over there, so you can actually see a little me. Because, like, now I was looking at some stuff around this. That's why I'm bringing it up. I was looking at some stuff, and I forget the chap now, but he did an experiment where instead of doing variety stuff, he focused on like a particular niche of content, and it was a bit easier to sort of when he went and posted stuff on other platforms like TikTok. He kind of went, okay, like basically he was able to convert some TikTok viewers. People come on the stream, and I think that would help perhaps if I kind of stuck to a general type of content. I don't know, it might kind of help. The problem is, I guess, is I tend to like to change what I do. That's my problem. Yeah, exactly, right? It helps find that audience. But again, the problem is, for me, I tend to... You know me, I like strategy games, I like RTS, I like, you know, strategy. Problem is, that's a very niche market. But then, I'm not a big fan of, like, Valorant and all that sort of stuff myself. I've tried it, I don't massively enjoy it. And, you know, that's something I know I wouldn't be big on or good at. So, but what I don't want is to lock myself down to a singular game. So I guess what I'm saying is I want to try and, like, do a particular kind of, like, genre, I guess, or type of content. And then if I find I'm getting bored of one game in that sort of niche, I can kind of switch to something else. But with strategies, it's quite niche in of itself. So, I guess I want to try and find something that I know I can do a lot of, and a lot with, without burning myself out. But, you know, I think I'm in a position, and it's funny, I guess in a way, because of my size, I'm in a position where I don't feel like I'm taking a risk experimenting as much. Because I'm not relying on this for a job. Like, it's not like my paycheck's coming from Twitch. Twitch hasn't paid me a penny yet. So, it's not like my money's coming from Twitch. So, or YouTube or anywhere else, so I can kind of experiment a bit. Obviously, my main channel is currently kind of focused on other stuff. Because I guess with that channel, my goal for it was I kind of wanted it to be my place where I make all my edited stuff, right? I wanted everything there was exclusively YouTube content. Now, I could obviously put it on other platforms too, but you know, there's nowhere else other than YouTube, really. I mean, Rumble, I guess, exists. Not really. So, you know, that stuff's all very for YouTube. You know, it's edited, it's done in a particular way for YouTube, right? It's got a thumbnail, all that good shit. I'm not very good at making thumbnails, but look, I'm trying it. We're trying it. You know, the problem is unfortunately, I'm using GIMP, and GIMP's a funny little bit of software. I could use Photoshop, but that means paying for it. I don't want to pay for Photoshop, don't have to. I mean, I guess if I had Adobe got a good deal on like an Adobe package, I could take Premiere as well and use Premiere. But I've already got Sony Vegas that I'm using. I've got DaVinci, but I don't use DaVinci much. It seems okay, but unless I need it for a specific thing, I think I can do most of the same stuff in Vegas Pro. At least I think I can anyway. But again, it's the shorts end of YouTube. Obviously, I've only really used my clips, which are on the VOD channel because I'm awkward like that. Yeah, no worries, man. You enjoy your lurk. I'm just gonna be yapping for a bit. I don't know how long the stream's gonna be, to be honest, because, like I say, my plans weren't very extensive. Then it's like, it's like 8:30 for you, isn't it? That's why I started an hour early. So I wanted to give people more of a chance to join. You know, especially anyone like in your kind of time zone where they're like an hour or so ahead. I appreciate Sunday night's not the best. I'm considering what I want to do for Sunday nights. Because Sunday's a weird time. Like, I'm kind of wondering whether I should try and, you know, do stuff earlier, like in the afternoon. Would be better. Or again, do I take Sunday off? I don't know. I've done a lot of tight short Sundays. I definitely want to do them a little earlier. Because, like I say, Sunday's an awkward time for everyone. You know, you're getting ready for the new week, you're doing all that kind of stuff. You know, it's a whole bag of things, right? It's a whole lot of things you gotta do. So, you know, it's just a good question of when's a good time. So, I'll still think about Sunday. I know there's a want for some of you guys for earlier streams anyway, like in the mornings. The only thing that's been putting me off is, I must admit, I've been enjoying having a line. I'll be honest. That's the only thing that's put me off. Also, exactly right just now. 1 year. 1 year, maybe. As of right just then. Holy fuck. No. I remember it was a cold evening. Anxiously booted up Monster Hunter World and streamed that with nothing. I had no anything. Oh god. I had a much worse mic as well. I say much. Blue Yeti's okay, but it was. I guess there's a thing I did as well. Massively upgraded my audio because I was obsessed with making my audio better. Like, I did all kinds of shit to get to the point where I was happy with my audio. So I've got the mic I've got now, and it's done a damn good job for me, I would say. Got the same pop filter, but it just helps. It sort of fits over it. Mostly, I think, but hey. I mean, the mount for it's kind of the Blue Yeti one with all the springs and stuff to keep it stable, but it doesn't have its own one, so fuck it, use what I've got. And it fits perfectly, so why the hell not? Whether we upgrade it any further, it's like a, the full beans, the funny audio cable and all the rest, get the full Go XLR going, that real high quality audio. I don't know. This is the sort of best USB one I can get, probably, which I can switch to the other cable. That's perfectly on my power. It's got both slots, so that's why I got this one. More versatility. It's an automatic upgrade if I put the other one in, so. But it's also more fiddly. It's more stuff to fiddle with. That's why I didn't want to go with V-Bridger when I had this model done. As much as I like the idea of it, I didn't want to go with it because it was something I didn't know much about, and it was an extra thing that could break. And as I've been doing this, I'll be honest with you, things not breaking is something I've been really trying to sort, so that's something I would much prefer to keep. The no breaky. Because that shit was annoying back when it used to happen. God, I can't remember what it was now. Something like when the webcam just sort of dropped off and just wouldn't connect, and oh god, I got so many issues. Fuck. God, I'm remembering just all the shit I had to deal with before. Oh. Some messy streams, some of them. Messy fucking streams. But, you know what? I wouldn't take it back. Those scuff streams were all lessons of themselves. I don't know why to this day Monster Hunter kind of broke on me at one point, but still. Now, obviously, in the new year, I still want to play Monster Hunter Rise. Despite me wanting to focus on niche, there are certain games coming that I still want to play. When it does come out, Frostpunk 2 is one I'd like to. Like, it's kind of strategy-esque. Certainly a lot grander scale. The city building, but it's under a lot of more stress city building anyway. So, that's definitely on the cards. Excuse me, voice break a bit there. That's definitely on the cards. What if I can't fit in a few more collabs as well? That'd be nice. Oh, that'd be nice, honestly. It's just getting a good time, and the problem is I'm discovering is those VTubers are very antisocial, which, same, honestly, same. But I'm trying to fix that a bit. I want to try and reach out a little bit, I want to try and be a little more social. I want to try and talk to people. Emphasis on try, but I want to try, at least, to try and keep in touch. I can still say this, if you do message me, I will do my best to get back to you. You know, I don't like seeing a notification left left there, so know that I will get back to you. Especially if it's a Discord ping. I refuse to leave Discord pings untouched. It's just something I can't do. So, I definitely want to try and get a few more in there. It's just trying to figure out like what to do for those said collabs, but it's something I think would be fun for you guys, and you know, unless we meet some new people, unless you meet some new people, we'll get to meet each other, have a good time. I think that'd be fun. Again, it's not a have-to thing, but it's a nice thing to have. So, I mean, the niche one, I've got a whole year without managing that somehow, so it's there as a kind of reminder, but do I think I'll manage it? I'd like to hope I can. But it may take me experimenting with it a bit, you know? It may take me doing a bit of faff. So, I might every now and then decide, right, this month I want to do X. And see how I feel for a month of just doing X. So, I might have a couple of times where I experiment. If I find a kind of game that I like, I might just home in on it. Space Marine 2 has been an interesting one. And it's had very good days. It's had very mixed days. But then I've had some surprising numbers in Total War, so I think there are markets for all these things. And as far as Total War, there's new stuff coming for that, so I'm looking forward to it. So I feel like strategy is the angle I want to go, especially Total War style. But I want to try and find some other stuff that I can mix in there. Yeah. Any other strategy games that might be of interest. I mean, there's a new Civilization coming, so if I can ever arrange a good game of Civ on stream, that'd be fun. I mean, if I can get Civ 5 working, you never know. Could have a Civ 5 game. Now, I suppose an elephant in the room, some might be asking, is will I ever go back to Elden Ring? I'd like to, but I must admit the game annoyed me a smidge. But I would like to go back to it. If I can work up the sort of gusto to go back to it, I will. But it definitely grinded me gears a smidge in that one fucking night boss fight. But it's one of those. Don't hold me to it, but I would like to try and come back to it, at least now and then. But we'll see. I definitely... As I've probably said before, there's a lot of things I like about Souls games, there's a lot of things I get annoyed by. So... But... Never say never. That's what I'll say on that one. I may at some point nut up and just go, fuck it, we balling, and just take a month where I just hammer Elden Ring to fuck. And just see if I can't actually finish it. At least the main game. At least. I do have the DLC, but... At minimum, I'd want to do the main game. At minimum. But I'll maybe take a month aside and just do that. On stream, of course. And, you know, if the odd game comes out and I think, oh, that'd be really fun, we'll do a bit of that. Like I say, I might do a few months where I experiment a bit, right? Obviously, sometimes I'll just want to have a break and do something different. And I think that's fine. And we'll do that now and then. I mean, like I say, the Thursday stream being how it is works for me because of just when it is. Unfortunately, because of my commute, my time is far more limited than I'd like. So I suppose I've got to do a lot of things in the weekend, or try and make myself do things in the evenings. And I probably need to start trying to make myself do more things in the evenings. I guess, as I say, I'm just trying to avoid burnout because I've experienced that once and it killed me. I'll be honest. I do not recommend being burned out. Hand on heart, I do not recommend being burned out. It is. Ugh. Yeah, no. No, I don't recommend at all. And, you know, definitely do what you can to avoid being burned out. Because it's just shitty. It's shitty for you, it's shitty for people watching, it's just, no. I worried I was going to get that point this week. There's been a few times where I thought of, but I knew I wanted to do this stream today, because today, like I've said, it's a special day. It'd be a special day, and I didn't want to miss this one. And yesterday went well, honestly. So, I can hardly say it was going badly or anything. Just a shame I can't. Like I say, it's a shame I can't stream more often, but also kind of probably glad I don't, because it would kill me. It would probably kill me. Yes, for anyone joining us just now, welcome to the 1 year anniversary. On screen are my goals for the new year. And this time next year, we will come back to this. We'll do the exact same thing. We'll look at where we've gone. Hopefully I'll have more of a plan by then. As in what to do on that stream. So, hopefully I'm slightly more organised. I was going to organise this one and then I kind of just got a bit lazy. I was just like, I'm tired. I'll wing it. And it's gone alright so far, but next time I'll probably try and have more of a plan as to how I want to approach each bit. Maybe more analytically, perhaps. I mean, I could have done it as a video, but I think, you know, this being done live feels better. Plus, this is the 1 year of me doing stuff live, so it'd be wrong to not do it live. So, and 21 joining, by all means, if you think after the stream, oh, you should look at this, or do this, or I think this can be better. In the Discord, we have a suggestions section. You are more welcome to go in there and drop your suggestions in. I regularly check for anything in there, so if you do have anything you want to add, go ahead. And if I think it might be something worth noting down, I'll note it down. This little graphic here won't be on screen all the time, it's just for the stream. I have a document with this all written down that I'll look at and take it to memory and then not look at the document for a while. Unless I need to review what I was going to do, but these are things I'm already thinking about constantly anyway, so shouldn't need to do much more on the looking side of things personally, but you never know. We might do a bit of that. But you know, like I say, I did not have a huge plan for this stream, so it won't be a super long one. Plus, I am fucking tired. It's been a long week, I'm sure you'll agree. It's been a long week, and I have been streaming constantly, and I don't normally. I probably jumped the shark a bit on how much I've done this week. I suppose it was a good gauge of my stamina, but it's definitely, if I was going to do that again, I'd build up to it rather than do anything like that, where it was balls to the wall literally every fucking day, except for like Monday, which, oh no, I should have probably taken more than just Monday off. If anything, I should have just done my usual schedule and enjoyed my 3 days. But, well, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. And I think sometimes it's good to know your limits. Well, it doesn't mean I can't surpass them, of course I can, but I think sometimes you gotta know when to rest, which I forgot. So egg on my face for that one. But, you know, obviously there'll be exceptions, you know, if I have a collab or anything like that, that might be on a different day. Though I'll probably try and keep those to the weekends. I feel like that's just more likely than not going to be the best time for them. Maybe a Friday, but honestly the weekend's more likely than not. But I do need, and I think I want to do more reaching out. A little bit more of that reach out, you know? Because, as I said before, it's a weird space, the VTuber space. The more I've been in it, the more I've been immersed in it, the more I've been around everyone in it. We're a weird bunch. We're a weird bunch who don't talk as much as we should. And communication, it's a wonderful thing, but fucking scary. The social anxiety is mighty strong. And I get that. Same. Genuinely same. And I think a lot of people don't want to reach out. A lot of people don't want to be reached out to. So, there are exceptions, of course. There are definitely people who are like super duper social. And I want to try and be a little more like that. The key word here is try, but I would like to be a little bit more aligned with how they are and try and be a bit more proactive reaching out, you know? If I see someone I think, hey, they seem interesting, you know, say hi to them, you know, so we can't get talking. Even if it doesn't end up in a collab, even if it just ends up in just having a little chat, that's still reaching out. That's, you know, still being more social. That one's more of a, for my own growth as a person, more so than as a streamer. But, you know, if it translates to a collab, fantastic. But it doesn't have to. And I want to just stress it for the record, it does not have to. At all. It really doesn't, because, you know, I don't want people to think they're being taken advantage of at the end of the day. That's not the point. That's not the intent. If there's one thing I'd like, you know, I don't want to be known for that, and frankly, that's not how I be. That's not how I operate. It's not how I operate, and I want to get better at being a more social person anyway, so, you know, 2 for 2 on that one. And if nothing else, some more friends to do things with. Nothing wrong with adding to the list of friends, eh? So, but you know, some people can be all about business. That's fine. They can be all about business. Like, a lot of the things I want to do are business related, but at the same time, a lot of things I want to do are for the fun of it. Because, again, I haven't got the stress of thinking, oh god, I'm relying on this for income. I have the only stress I have is the stresses of the day job, which are pretty shitty, don't get me wrong, but then I know I can come back to here and do something else. It's a weird dichotomy where I have a job which, you know, I'm liking on progressing in, but at the same time, I don't have much aspirations in that place for much progression because I personally think they're holding me back. Whereas this is something I have more control over. I can, you know, if I want to improve, that requires myself to improve. No one's holding me back from going up other than myself. You know, whereas at a day job, you've got managers who will just go, oh, well, you know, I still think you're this new guy, even though you've been here for years. Or, you know, they just think, well, we don't want to up you because, you know, we haven't got someone to fill that job role, so you can stay there. Like, no, I've got none of that here. Because that's not how it works. So, you know, that, I think, is something I just enjoy about this. You know, all my progress and things I've gained are through meeting you guys and from stuff I do myself. I've got no one holding me down going, no, you can only be this size of a streamer because, you know, you haven't trained someone else to be that size of streamer. No, it doesn't work in streaming. That's not how it works. And I like that. I answer to myself, but at the same time I answer to you guys. You know? Not in like a boss to, you know, employee kind of way, but in more of a, well, if I don't do a good job, why would you guys want to come here? So, you know, you guys sort of hold me accountable to do a good job, and I hold myself accountable as well. But it's not, you know, it's more me providing you something rather than you being in charge. And I prefer that because it kind of makes, I like having more control over my life, frankly. That is what doing this has done. This is something I have more control over in many respects. Unlike day job, which I have to be whinged at by some piss part manager who has no idea what I'm talking about 9 times out of 10, is borderline inadequate for the job themselves, and frankly, just a self-aggrandizing narcissist, in all honesty. So, I don't have to deal with them. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm at the point where I stop pretending to be like, oh, I love the job. No, I don't say that anymore. I just say, yeah, I hate it here. I just bluntly say that to them now. I just say when they ask me, how you know, the day job, you know, how you feel about the place and all this, because I'll say, oh, you know, outside this place, I feel great. I have this wonderful thing I can do. I, you know, have a great time with you lovely sinners. And they go, oh, how about the office? How do you feel about that? I'm like, oh, I hate it. You know, doing tech support, you kidding me? It's fucking horrible. It's a stepping stone job. It's not a career. Not really. They'll tell you it's a career because they want you to have no aspirations. Because it's in a manager's interest for you to have no aspirations for yourself and be a drone. Whereas it's in your best interests to not be a drone and instead, you know, take what you can from a place and then go. Loyalty to a day job is pointless. They'll give you nothing for it. Whereas there'll be many places who will happily buy you off them, basically. So, but I can get away from all that crap by coming here and seeing all you lovely lot. Be it on stream, social media, and you know what? I've met a lot of nice people through here. I've met a lot of you lovely lot. Oh, I met you guys, I've met you guys, which, you know, I would never take back. It's, you know, one of the best parts of this is, you know, slowly and steadily surrounding myself with people who, you know, familiar faces that I see in chat and I look forward to seeing again, and it's just nice, you know? And I'm meeting people in a way that does not trigger any social anxieties at all, because that disconnect doesn't fire off the same things that usually happens. And it's just so nice. And I guess because of how I've separated my internet and IRL selves, I'll say something that's really nice, is that, and it's why I'm very strongly wanting to keep my anonymity. Well, that and for my own safety, frankly. But also, the reason I want to keep it is because I like that I can control how I am online. There's no preconceived, you look at me and you make assumptions. I mean, there is going to be some respects, but a lot of what you can assume and what you can go off of is what I've said. You know, I haven't walked in with this like my workplace where people can assume whatever they want. I don't care. They haven't got the guts to tell me anyway normally. So, whereas here it's like it's a space I have more control over, and I can be me comfortably. You know, in a way, the mask of Vtuber model here has let me be myself more. And I frankly find that very beautiful. Frankly, something I quite like. I'm I should try not to be emotional for that on stream. I'm very mixed emotions today. Mostly positive, though, to be fair. Honestly, which I'm glad to say. Mostly positive emotions. If not entirely positive, really. Like I said, I wasn't too sure I'd be here making this. I thought, will I be able to stand for a year? Apparently, yes. So, 1 year down. Many more to go. Many more to go. It's okay. We'll get to the point where I hit my 30s and you look and call me a... I don't know, what's the male equivalent of a hag? I've got another 6... 5? No, 6. I'm 24 now, but I suppose... I've got a while left. I've got 5 or 6 years left before that'll happen, so... We'll see. Yeah, so... I guess... Thinking about it, and I'm sort of flicking on topic a smidge here, but... I suppose the niche end of things. What will that mean for the channel? As I mentioned before, that'll obviously mean I'll be experimenting a bit. But I'm trying to figure out what kinds of things would be fun. Obviously, strategy games are going to be probably a big one, and may end up being the thing, with the odd like other thing. Like I might have like I don't know on Saturdays a game that isn't that to break things up. But you know, do we do a month of like? I'm trying to think of other games similar to Space Marine, honestly. I mean, maybe Helldivers, but I don't know if Helldivers. It's a weird one. I don't know if there's much crossover there. Obviously, a lot of the titles I play are Warhammer titles. Do I dabble in some more of those? You know, it's an easy one to jump from. Having some other good ones, honestly, because there's a lot of bad Warhammer titles. Is the problem? A lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones. So, I guess it's a matter of seeing what else is around. Other Total War games, you know. Would you guys be interested in a historic Total War? You know, be it Rome 2, be it Shogun 2. Would that be of interest? It's one to see. I mean, thankfully, Total War Warhammer has so much content. It's, you know, if I get bored of a way of playing, I have a whole different faction to pick, and that's an entirely new way of playing. I have the pleasure of having a lot of options of that. Do we have a month where we focus a lot on stuff like Final Fantasy? You know, be it the MMO or be it perhaps the RPGs, you know? I mean, 16's coming out at some point. So there's always stuff like that. Then, of course, you know, other sort of very story-heavy games like maybe Nier Automata. I mean, that's one on my list I'd like to play. Also, I've been looking at potential horror games, because obviously the spooky month's coming up soon, and I think it'd be quite fun for us to play a horror game. I have my eyes on a couple, and I've been asking around, but if you guys have one that you think, oh, I'd love you to play this, let me know. And listen, I expect to get fucking spooked. Alright. I expect with lots of funny clips of me shitting myself on stream. Like a right fucking pansy. You know. Be it something like Alien Isolation, that could be fun. I've not played that before. Ironically, CA made that, if I remember rightly. Evil Within, perhaps. Resi 4 remake. Silent Hill 2 remake. Dead Space remake. Ironically, a lot of good remakes of horrors coming out recently, actually. Honestly, classic horror fans, or survival horror fans, have been eating very good. I can only respect it. They've been eating deliciously recently. They've been absolutely consuming. So, you got options. We certainly have options, don't we? So, that's what I've been looking at. We might go, there could be obviously less survival horror, more traditional horror. Outlast. Well, Outlast's a funny one because there's certainly very graphic stuff in Outlast, which I don't know how Twitch will feel about that. I'd be fine to play it, but I don't know how Twitch will be. Outlast Trials, that could be interesting. Again, if that's something of interest to you guys. I guess as well, another game I'd like to play on stream, but I don't know how you guys would feel about it, something like Hunt Showdown. I really like Hunt Showdown's aesthetic and background. The problem with Hunt Showdown, and it's a me thing, I have never had a game where my heart rate jumps so high. Like, I feel like I have to take a breather after a match. It gets that intense. You know. But it's a fun game. It's a very different... Like, it's not the kind of game where, you know, Twitch reactions help you because, well, you're gonna get screwed over. Excuse me. Like, if you're sort of running around. Because a single headshot, that's it. You might say, well, that's Twitch reflexes. Well, yes, but a firefight often doesn't end that way. If anything, I've got more people through equipment than I have through gunshots. Yeeting a firebomb over a bit of cover has got people way more often than simply, you know, shooting them. Don't get me wrong. Guns work just fine in that game. There's also crossbows and bows. There's fucking swords if you want to go into melee with somebody. Hell, the bosses, you quite often want to go into melee. Oh, that's the thing. Oh, there's the spider. Oh, the spider, I hate that fucking thing. That's the one thing that puts me off a little bit from playing it as much. Oh, that thing. Then again, if I was playing it solo, I probably wouldn't fight a boss anyway. I'd wait till some people kill it and then try and ambush them. But, yeah, I'd probably for that, I'd like to get someone else to join me, if possible. Might do as a one-off, I don't know. It's had a big update. It's a big download to get it back on, though, but it's had a big update. So we'll see. Whether we go through some classics, you know. The Open the Archive little series, where I play a classic game, or an older game. There's certainly some things that could go into that. Be it maybe the Crisis games. There's a new Crisis coming soon, I believe. They're actually making Crisis 4, which I don't know what they're going to do with that, but I quite liked the prior Crisis games. So, who knows? That could be quite fun. Excuse me. And obviously, as we kind of find a thing we want to do a lot, some aesthetic things for the channel might be in order. Once we find something we quite like. Definitely a outfit that befits the niche. Since the joys of VTubing is, in many ways, because you can be whatever you want and look however you want, having the fit, you know, go nicely with the content, not only is worth it, I think, but also a good idea. So, that's definitely something that's on my mind. Like, you can do it as IRL streaming, definitely. And some people like Kai Snap, for example, go very hard. Man goes insane on his outfits and like set piece design he does in his streams. I can only respect it. But as a VTuber, you can kind of do a similar thing, but without having to dress up yourself. It's just obviously you gotta, you know, if either make it yourself, you know how, or pay for the privilege. But I'm happy to do that if it helps enhance all this. I'm more than happy to, do that because it'll add to the whole aesthetics, and I think that'd be nice for me. It'd be nice for you. So that is something we will do once we've nailed something down. That's what I think, anyway. Plus, it keeps things nice and spicy, which, we gotta keep it spicy. And then, obviously, once I've found something I'm quite liking, I might see about producing some edited content, as my dear mod said earlier in the chat. Producing some content that isn't just the streams, but also outside of stream. And I think that would be a good thing, personally. So, when I do find something I'm happy with, I'll probably make some more content around that. Be it something like my campaign reviews for Total War, which I've got a long list of sort of things to improve on my last ones. That's definitely an angle. There's obviously the angle of, what other stuff I can do there, like some short content, and just, mixing it all together, making things more consistent, so that if you were to find my content out in the wilds of TikTok or something like that, and you go, oh, who's this person? When you find me live, you don't go, oh, what on earth are you doing? Well, that might still happen, but, keeping it varied. Well, keeping it consistent, sorry, not varied. Words are coming out of mouth, but aren't lining up what I'm meant to be saying. Just having a glitch moment, obviously. You gotta love it. But that is all things that I want to do going forward, I think. Obviously, this coming week is probably going to be fairly standard affair. But following that, we'll see. We'll experiment a little bit. Bear with me 1 second, folks. I'm just going to quickly just need a little moment break. I will be right back. Please do not go anywhere. My apologies there, sinners. To go relieve oneself briefly there. So my sincerest apologies. Huh. But I was just thinking, whilst I was away there, one thing I haven't done yet, and it'd be very on brand to do. We need a confession stream. We need a confession for the sinners. I think you'll agree. My dear sinners all need to confess their darkest sins. So naturally, we need to have such a stream. I think, anyway. That's definitely... Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't done that. So, yeah, we're doing one of those at some point. Oh, that'd be a nice funny one. Maybe for a nice Thursday stream, or maybe even like a weekend stream or something. Maybe we'll have a guest for it, you know. We can squeeze the sins out of them. Plus, like I said, it'd be nice if you guessed. You know what I might need to do, actually? I might need to have like a good background for having a guest, I think. Because this one's nice for us, right? There's enough room for you and me. But I think a nice collab one wouldn't be bad, would it? So... You leave that one with me. You leave that one with me. I've realised I might need a different overlay for a collab. So... Yeah, I think we'll... Yeah, we might do that. Yeah, we need a good... I'm trying to think of how I want to go about it. What would make a good collab overlay, I wonder? Maybe... Do I want something more like this? A bit more simple background? Or perhaps... Yeah, that's a good question. Because I also want a bit more room on the screen. But then I guess because I'm blown up quite big. But then there's a lot of room for the chat. Because of the nature of it being just chatting overlay. So, I might do a little mooch at whatever people are doing. And have a gander at that, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so that's something I'm gonna have to do a bit of research, basically. I'm gonna have to have a look at my peers and see what they're doing. Especially, like, I'd like to be able to do, like, the full... Because I've paid for the features to do the full Vtuber collab thing, so I want to give that a go. That'd be fun. I've never done it, so I'd like to. See if I can't entice a fellow VTuber on at some point. Trap them in and bar the gates so they can't leave until they've joined me. No, that's something I've got to look at. Might take a bit of time to get it sorted. We'll see. It's going to cost a little bit, but it's fine. Maybe that's what I'll do next month. Again, it's something we gotta have a look at doing. I think it'd be worth doing. Be worth setting up. So, yeah, that's... I'm going around in circles again. I'm doing the thing again, where I just flutter around in circles like a lunatic. So, but that is something I want to do. We mentioned the whole collab thing. Maybe we want like a little confession place, don't we? Maybe I'll find a nice background for that one. And there's a couple you can get off from Etsy and stuff as well. It might be an option. If any of that they're fitting. Though, I do like my custom stuff, so maybe I'll get one custom made. I know people for it at least now. And they're more than happy to take my work. They're a nice bunch. The Asian Studios are a nice bunch. They put up with my shit. And give me glorious things. So... But yeah, So that's something on the agenda. I might need to update my goals with that. Maybe I'll have the collab one in there. I mean, the collab stuff's more of a, it'd be nice to have. Rather than something, because obviously it depends on, because I know there's some people I know IRL who I could do stuff with. And through stuff like I haven't used the knock feature, but I've seen. Actually, did I use it with Mars when he joined the Space Marine? Might have done that, but I don't know about the knock feature. I don't know if people do it that way, because we kind of have our own way anyway as VTubers to collab. So I don't know. I'll need to work out how I want that to work. Plus, Streamlabs that I use as its own thing as well, so as I am paying for them, I'll use the paid for features, aren't I? The other thing is multi-streaming. The reason I haven't done that much is Twitch is funny about it. Twitch is very weird at multi-streaming for some reason. Well, I know why. They want to jealously keep people on one platform, but you know, other platforms don't have that issue. Plus, I could just hide what platform people are on, so Twitch doesn't know. I don't think they care that much about little old me, what I'm doing. I'm just a small little affiliate doing my thing. Figuring out what the fuck I'm doing. Although, we'll see with Twitch. If they start doing more of that, banning people for having mental health stuff, I might have to start looking elsewhere, because I wouldn't say, I'd like to think mental-wise, I'm doing well at the minute, but I certainly don't want a 30-day ban for not doing too hard all of a sudden. That would kind of suck. And people much bigger than me have been hit with that shit, so hopefully that ain't the case. Yeah, I hope anyway. Yeah, so, what was I say? It was going to be a shorter one today, because like I said, I don't have too much of a plan, and also I'm absolutely tired. I'd have liked to have a bit. If it wasn't just Sunday, I'd have liked to have a bit more I could have done today. But Sunday's awkward, right? Sunday's really weird and awkward. So I've got to kind of be mindful of what I do. So when is the 15th next year? I'm very curious, actually. When is the 15th? 2025. September 15th is on a Monday. Oh god, it's even worse. It's on a Monday next year. Oh no. That's bad. Okay. We'll figure shit. Hopefully by then we'll have something figured out. So it's fine. Hopefully. One can only hope. But yeah, anyway. My dearest sinners, I think, yeah, I don't want to drag it out any longer, and honestly, I think I've probably run around the circles quite a few times, and I'm sure you'll hear me repeat myself for the 90th damn time, so I think we'll wrap it up here. Like I said, a shorter one today, but I need to rest up. I'm sure you'd appreciate resting up on the Sunday as well. You put up with enough of me this week. But yeah, next week, standard affair. Schedule will come out on Monday. Tragically, I didn't have a video prepared for this week. But what I want to do is properly write down, note down, and then do one. So that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully the next video is a bit more focused and a bit more specific. That's what I want to do. But till then, my dear sinners, thank you for joining me for this shorter stream, and happy 1 year to all of you. The next year coming, let's make it a good one, shall we? Let's make it a damn good one. So, I will see you soon, my dear sinners. Do take care of yourselves. Let's just have a damn good new year, shall we? Here's to the second year, and many more to come. It's tough now, sinners.